move! Hands in the air!
You are under arrest for the murder of Hugh Crosney.
Sharon Solarz, one of the longest-standing fugitives on the FBI's most wanted list, was arrested yesterday, 30 years after the notorious bank robbery that claimed the life of a guard.
You're late.
Well, if I'm not here, they can't fire me, right? Who's your best reporter?
New reports reveal that terrorist suspect Nicholas Sloan remains at large.
Do you still have your friend in the FBI field office? I'm not sure she ever wants to speak to me again.
Get me something and you can keep your job.
I think that I was fascinated by American history, and when this event took place about the Weather Underground going to violence, I felt to make a film about that, it was too close to the violence. It was too close to that time. Now, 30 years later, it seemed that you could now tell this story because it was now a piece of American history. When it first happened, it wasn't history yet. It was a live event that was still reverberating through the culture. Now, you could look back on it as you could the time of McCarthy, the time of Watergate, the time of the Second World War. You could look back on these moments and say, oh, that's now a piece of American history. So I think that was the basic reason. And on a more personal, humane level, I think I was taken with the idea that this could bear similarities to a very famous classic, Les Miserables, about a person who is a fugitive without his true name, and he is pursued by an inspector who is dogged and will not give up. I think those are the two things that drew me to the project.
What's wrong? You look weird.
I'm fine, honey.
Can I just see the case file for old time's sake?
You think because we hooked up in college, I'm gonna give you access to FBI wiretaps?
Wiretaps?
We talked to Jim Grant.
Who's Jim Grant?
He's a lawyer, man.
We don't have the same at stake, I think. Bob's generation, they put a gun in your hand and told you to go run through the jungle and shoot people. And you didn't really have a choice. My generation is very different. We're not being asked of the same things. We're just broke. So I think it's easier to deal with being broke than being asked to kill.
Obviously responsible single parent, pillar of society.
Nothing I can turn into a story.
Mr. Grant, I'm just trying to put the pieces together.
I don't have time for this.
I look at the man's history. Nothing. The man doesn't exist before 1979.
What did I think at the time? I was sympathetic to the cause. I believe they had a good reason to rebel. I think they had a good reason. At the same time, I felt that you could see the handwriting on the wall, that it was going to self-destruct, that the cause would eat itself because of ego, and because of the fact that everybody in the cause began to get so pleased with themselves that it was only a question of time before they would turn in on themselves. And that made me sad because I thought the cause was a just one. I thought the war was wrong. I thought they had every right to refuse to go to that war because it was wrong. It was an unjust war. But that was just my opinion as a slightly outside person because I was starting a career and raising a family at that time. I was not politically involved.
We're not going to school. We're going to go on a little trip.
I think he knows how to run, which means he has an advantage.
I got him! East stairwell! Don't move! Stay right there!
Kids our age were being murdered by our government. We made mistakes, but we were right.
I think in general, what I experienced in taking the script that I was given and putting it on the floor, meaning going and being with reporters at the LA Times for a while, there's far less idealism in reporting. There's far less idealism in journalism. Journalism is glory-based. It's whoever gets to the story first. That's more important than the story most of the time, at least in my generation of journalists. And there's a great book that Bill gave me early on called The Journalist and the Murderer, which explores the whole idea of, where do ethics come into play? When is it not about the story? When do you put the pad and the pen down to help the woman getting raped? And I think that this script explores a lot of that. I mean, that's what I'm juggling throughout most of this movie. When does the reporting stop? When does my humanity kick in? My job.
FBI was in my apartment. They're pissed because I'm doing their job better than they are.
You're about to do a lot of damage to a lot of people with no idea how much.
I don't want anything to do with this.
Did you kill that man?
Of course not.
Right now, nothing he's doing makes any sense if he's guilty.
Got him.
You have a full green light.
I don't think he's running away. I think he's trying to clear his name.